Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and welcome to one of the most important episodes I've done in some time. Now, Bitcoin has had just a crazy day. Sitting at the sidelines, watching the chart today, it has just been surreal, okay? So I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what happened. So Bitcoin started the day off pretty well. It kind of sloped down a little bit, and it kind of gapped down a little bit here, right? And then it moved sideways, and then all of a sudden it shot up. It shot up all the way here to about 20,600, and then as you can see here, it just plunged. It went all the way from 20,600 all the way down to 17,100, about maybe 17,130. And I saw this all happen in real time. I've tweeted many different comments over it, and I've talked about it on Twitter, but now I'm going to go ahead and review this current day's events with you. So as we can see here, we had just a massive amount of volume coming in, and it's just enormous. We're going to zoom out here, take a look at the daily. You can see the volume candle just dwarfs all the other volume candles. It's 12,000 Bitcoin trading hands today, 12,000. And that's the highest that we've seen since the June panic sell, the June crash. Okay. So you may be asking yourself, what caused this huge collapse in the Bitcoin price, right? And is Bitcoin actually in trouble? Well, what caused this here is an ongoing feud between Sam Bankman-Fried and also CZ. And so Sam Bankman-Fried owns FTX and Alameda Research, and CZ owns Binance. Okay, so the two billionaire heads of two of the biggest exchanges got into a bit of a disagreement, and they were basically at each other's throats for a little bit there. And I'm actually going to have a separate post where I give a very detailed timeline. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter to see that. But the long story short, what happened here was the CZ over in Binance had a bunch of FTX's tokens, and they decided to liquidate FTX's tokens, their holding of FTX's tokens, and that caused the FTX token price, or the FTT price, to collapse. We're going to go ahead and just take a look at FTT real quick here. I'll show you what it looks like. That's it right there. So FTT collapsed massively. It went from $22 all the way down to about $2.99. So it collapsed. Okay, and as you would imagine, that actually sent the FTX scrambling to try and come up with some kind of solution to their financial problems, because they had the huge valuation lost in FTT. So what happened was they went over to CZ, and they said, okay, well, can you bail us out? Can you help us out? So CZ agreed to that, and so now Binance is basically purchasing FTX. Okay, so they've come to an agreement with FTX, and they have this strategic transaction with Binance for FTX. So now the worry surrounding Alameda Research and FTX has caused yet another capitulation event to happen in Bitcoin. Now this capitulation event is very worrisome, because it's crossed through that support level that I've outlined before, that I've said many times. This June low, this June support level got completely annihilated. It went down all the way to 17,180 or 17,130. And now you can see it's heading lower. So we had a new new low that now is in place. And if I zoom out, I'm going to go ahead and show you where I think this can actually go. Since that support was broken, what I have here is I have an area of support, a box of support that goes from 17,700 to about 12,000 or so. And I think that Bitcoin will wind up somewhere within this box within the next couple of months. And this right here, as I've talked about in previous episodes, and I've talked about comparing the 2018 crash here to the 2022 crash, that would be the third capitulation event that would bring us down to that level. Now, I think what's most likely going to happen is, if we do get that capitulation event, which seems likely at this case, it's going to come down. It's going to wick down into 13,000, 14,000, 12,000 in that range. And then it's going to pop back up again. So very similar to what we see back in 2018. In that crash, you had a very similar looking pattern here where you had a bunch of sideways action and then a huge dump. And then it stayed down in here in this range at the bear market low for about a month or so. So I think that's something that's entirely possible with Bitcoin itself. The way things look is that Bitcoin wants to head lower. This support already got taken out, even though we wicked through it. We closed the day above it. I still think that because we wicked through that support level, that support level is in absolute danger. Now, it's not a guarantee that it's going to come down below this level, but it does seem that based on what we saw today, we're going to see some increased selling and a potential capitulation to a lower level. Okay, and I am getting ready personally. I am getting ready. This capitulation event is what I've been waiting for. I actually went in, I stepped in, I bought some Bitcoin here at about 19,800 yesterday, and then I bought some Ethereum as well. I'll show you on the Ethereum chart, but that's part of my DCA plan. And right now I am very interested in getting Bitcoin below this range and in this box itself. I am still bullish long-term on the future of Bitcoin. And this right here, this box, this is going to produce outsized returns for me. At least that's what I think. Again, not financial advice, do your own research, but I believe that buying inside this box is going to produce some fantastic results if held for long enough. And I'm talking about until the next halving, 2024, maybe 2025 at the latest. And if you guys are curious about that, I did a whole video on that as well, about the Bitcoin halving cycle, and I definitely recommend you check that out. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is a little bit different than Bitcoin because Ethereum is still hanging in this sideways channel. And the way I've kind of mapped this out, you've seen that it basically perfectly stayed within this channel. And it kind of wicked below it a little bit, but I'm not going to count that. I don't think that really is a cause for concern. Ethereum might actually wind up holding up better than Bitcoin, but if Bitcoin makes another huge dump, another huge capitulation event, then we can potentially see this level get taken out. This is about the support at 1234 or so. But then again, like I said before, Ethereum also has another level of support below that at about 1,000 or so. So the volume that we saw for Ethereum was actually larger today than it has been in, let's see, how long? Than the bull market at May of 2021. So this is a very unusually large amount of Ethereum that was traded hands today. And I actually stepped in and I bought it at about 1350 again today. And I'm very interested in buying below this, near this support, and then below this support as well, because as far as I'm concerned, the downside risk here for Ethereum is probably all the way to about 900 or so. And the upside would probably be back up here at about 2,000. So I like that risk reward from a support at about 1,000 all the way up to a high of about 2,000. We're also going to take a look at Binance Coin as well. So with that information and that news regarding the Binance Coin, regarding Binance's takeover of FTX, Binance Coin had this really strange candle here with a massively high wick and a low wick as well. So what this means is that the market just didn't know what to do with it. It went up and then it went down and then it went up and then it finally settled kind of in the middle of this range here. And now you can see that it's still in the middle of this sideways channel. And so what I'm seeing here is that the news that Binance is buying FTX really kind of cements Binance's position in the crypto market. They are going to be the player, the number one player, the number one exchange. They're going to basically own a good chunk of the crypto market, and Binance Coin is going to benefit from that. I think that's going to be a strong indication of what I've seen today. So Binance Coin, I definitely would not be surprised if this thing doubles in the next couple of years. And this is definitely one to watch out for, especially given the fact that Binance controls such a large amount of the crypto market now. But as for the short term, what you could wind up seeing is it could come back down here to this 300 level. I expect 300 to be very strong psychological support, very nice round number for Binance Coin. All right. And then also, I want to go ahead and talk about the dollar index as well, because the dollar index came through this upwards channel. So that's actually pretty bullish, the fact that it's gone down. However, we have the CPI print coming out this week. And on top of that, we also have another Fed meeting as well. We have a Fed meeting in December, but I'm going to double check on that date. And so with the dollar index, this is still, I think it's still within this upper channel. Even though it came down here for a little bit, I still think that it's probably going to be pushing higher from here. Okay. And then one other thing I wanted to point out here is the Bitcoin liquidations. Now you have total liquidations of approximately $918 million over the last 24 hours. That is absolutely insane. I don't think I've ever seen that high of liquidations. If you just look at Bitcoin, it's at 278 million. And unfortunately, I can't show you the graph here because for some reason, oh, there it is. It popped up. So let's take a look at this. We have long liquidations, and the long liquidations is for Bitcoin, 214 million today. Just a massive number of liquidations. We have not seen this high of liquidations in some time. And it even goes past that August, this massive August level as well. So longs got absolutely wrecked in the last 24 hours. All right. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you like this content, please let me know. Like, subscribe, and also go ahead and leave a comment. I would definitely appreciate that. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to see you in the next video.